It's week 6 of the National Football League, and we have Dante Jackson. He got the QB not once, but twice last week with a pair of interceptions.
Set to go now in week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. So now here comes the Eagles offense as they get ready to take over. Commanding this unit will be the 6'2 quarterback out of BYU. It's Taysom Hill.
Would you say that last week's performance by him, workmanlike in terms of numbers?
1 touchdown, 1 pick, but obviously a loss.
Yeah, that's the bottom line for him. All he cares about is how do we find a way to win the game. Maybe leans on a few other parts of the offense, and hopefully springs a receiver or two free.
Hill looking to throw it here with the first play. Got an open man. It's Josh Palmer. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. To throw again on second down. Hill. That's again complete to Palmer. That one a first down pickup of 8. So we just called his name on the previous snap, and they go right back to him, Charles, for a second consecutive completion.
Yeah, I think what we're discovering on this drive is that he feels like he has answers no matter what defense you throw up there. He reads it, finds the open spot, and is available for the completion.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Here's Hill. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. Throwing again on second down. Hill. Open man is Higgins. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
Because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Here's Hill. And he'll be brought down at the 27.
Multiple times now he's tagged him with a big gain with his legs. Really showing off some nice awareness and the ability to correctly realize when he's got a chance to tuck it and go himself.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
Holding offense.
So they will take the sack instead of the penalty.
And it takes another down off the series. But the biggest one of all, do you want to tell the guy who just got the sack that it no longer counts?
No.
No, not at all.
And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line. So it's 3rd and 6, and this will be the 8th play of the drive. Back to throw. Hill. Otten brings it in over the middle. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
Now we're 1st and 10 at the 11. Now it's Hill. And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. Rashard Higgins, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Eagles put the night's first points on the board as they take the early lead. A long opening drive, but a very successful opening drive. We call that methodical, I guess, when it takes that many plays.
Methodical and almost like a boxing match where you're hitting them with body blows. They can withstand them here. Look, they gave up the touchdown, but you don't feel like a knockout is there. But they keep doing that in the 4th quarter. that's when the knockout occurs.
And becomes tough for that defense if they're on the field that long. We'll see if they can continue that in future drives. A good hold of these run conditions. The point after is up and good, and it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Very short kick taken right at the 20. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. So out come the Cowboys under head coach Mike McCarthy. They're led out by last season's comeback player of the year. In his third season now, it's Joe Burrow.
He threw for nearly 350 yards. His team won. And one word just kept coming to mind as I watched him during the game: surgical. Absolutely surgical. That's why he won NFC Offensive Player of the Week.
Yeah, very precise. The throws maybe as accurate as he's been in some time.
Yeah, I think he feels pretty locked in here, and I think he feels like he can get it done again in this one, too.
That's into the hands of Donovan Peoples-Jones. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards.
Defense gives up a touchdown the opening drive. Offense, you got to want to get out there and get those points back right now.
And that's a sharp throw there to get this drive off to a good start. The big play to start him out. Has him at the 45 already. They'll run. This is Darrell Henderson. And he stopped immediately there. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. A first carry for Tyler Algier. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain. On 3rd down, Burrow. That's going to be caught along the sideline, and what a job of keeping his feet in bounds. They say that's a catch. Now we'll get a stoppage here as it appears we've got an Eagle slow to get up. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Now Burrow. He's got his tight end Freiermuth over the middle. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line. The numbers for him from a week ago: 7 catches, 76 yards, and a touchdown.
Now it's a nice job there pulling that one in. Now this is an offense that will certainly spread the ball around a bit. And this is a guy that defenses had better focus on.
The throw over the middle taken in. And he's down into the red zone at the 16 after a gain of 16. 1st and 10. Really a solid start here on the opening drive, Charles. He's now 4-4, and they're already in plus territory.
Brandon, he's been so precise to start this game. Like we're watching an operation taking place right now. Master surgeon at work.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And Woods has it complete. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line. On 2nd, here's Algier. The broken tackle could not free him as he's brought down at the 10-yard line. This will be play number 9 of the drive here as they need 4 yards on 3rd down. They go play action with Burrow. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Now Jake Elliott for the field goal try. This a 27-yard attempt here. The kick by Elliott is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So both teams come away with points on their opening drives. Now they still trail. They answered the touchdown with a field goal, but at least able to break that goose egg here early.
And that is what's important, right? Because they didn't let that initial touchdown go unanswered. Took the ball themselves, moved it downfield, and put it through the post for 3 points. Game on.
So back onto the field, here come the Eagles for their 2nd drive. Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest, you get a chance to heal up and kind of, do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done because they carry it with them for essentially.
And now a fumble. The ball's out. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. And maybe that one caused by the weather. Of course, the rain coming down. Charles, can you maybe, when you're carrying that football, grip it too tight in the rain?
I think that you can, and it's such a delicate balance, too, because when you grip it so tight, sometimes it'll slip out from your body. You squeeze it too hard, and it'll pop out on its own. I've actually had running backs talk to me about that when they've tried too hard, even in perfect conditions, the ball gets away from them. They've got to find that good balance, carrying it firmly, yet at the same time under control.
And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. On 2nd and 9, Burrow. This one taken in by Olave. And he's going to get this down near the 25.
To win any route, you've got to break down the defender, and that's exactly what happened here on this really nicely executed curl route.
They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Algier. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. 2nd and 5 now. Burrow, open man, that's the tight end Freiermuth. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw it, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Here's Algier again on 2nd down. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Now play number 7 of this drive, but it's a tough 3rd and 9. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. And this is caught, but I don't think he stayed in bounds. No, he didn't. It's incomplete. The throw took him past the boundary, and it's 4th. The kick by Elliott is good. And they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. So the defense are able to force their first turnover of the game, and then they add on to that by getting the field goal.
And you don't just want to take the ball away from your opponent, partner. You want to make them hurt as well. And if you don't score yourself on defense, turn it over to your offense and have them put points on the board.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner, they can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
Now second quarter action from Philadelphia, and it's the Eagles in possession as they're looking at a 2nd down and 9 to go. Out of the gun, Hill. Slant route going to be caught by Palmer. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 16 and an Eagle first down.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Now Hill looking to throw on first. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. couldn't keep his feet in. Second down. To throw on 2nd and 10. Hill. And his throw's going to be incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Hill now to throw. And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. Robert Quinn, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
This offensive line has struggled. In fact, when we sat down with the coach, he said it's been in tatters lately. They allowed 6 sacks in their last game. Just gave up another one right there.
In tatters, so it sounds a little bit like this right now?
Exactly. It's like that paper being ripped. And right now, they've got to find a way to get it back together.
So on 4th down, here's Johnny Hecker to punt it away. Jamal Agnew is deep to return it. And last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And they are trying to create some separation within the division. And look, CD, I know that this is still the first half of the season, but this is a big matchup no matter where it falls because these are the top 2 teams right now in that division.
And if you can build a bit of a cushion as you head towards the second part of the season, that allows you to survive the expected injuries, potential upset losses, all of those things, and still be in good shape.
Burrow's throw caught by Olave.
Go!
And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. Give him 18 on that one, and it's a Dallas 1st down.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a 1st down.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. That's Olave bringing in another one. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. The Cowboys at 3 and 2, a game over 500 here to start the season. And they come in on a pretty good roll here. Winners of 3 straight.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
On the give, Algier headed left. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Burrow will throw. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a 1st down. They say he was out of bounds. So a big call there that brings up 4th. The Cook now on to punt as he gets this one away.
The Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at their own 49-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
Burrow on play action. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line. Trying the left side with Algier. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30.
Holding offense.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Burrow looking to pass. And that is incomplete. The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 11. To the air again, Burrow. And that's going to be too high. Out of bounds and incomplete. On 4th down, on is Logan Cook to punt. Oh, it's a wobbler here. And the fair catch is taken at about the 13-yard line here. Well, pretty woeful there. Just 23 yards on the punt. And the Eagles will be backed up deep to get the drive started as they take over 1st and 10. Here's Mitchell now to kick off the drive. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
A shotgun snap for Hill. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. The former 3rd-round pick, Justin Jones, bringing the lumber that time.
You know, on these types of plays, we're always looking to assess blame. Okay, where did it break down? Sometimes it's just a great play.
And on 3rd down, the Cowboys bring in an extra defensive back. Hill. Flushed out, under pressure again, and down he goes again. Chase Young, he's the one to get him this time, and back-to-back sacks brings up 4th down. So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's the game plan that they've had so far, because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
Here's Johnny Hacker now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. On the return, here's Agnew. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Dallas offense back out onto the field. Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. Tries the left side and finds Olave. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
It's a gain of 10.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
Algier now up the middle. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36.
Now that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've got to hit the jackpot there.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They'll try the left side with Henderson. And a 5-yard gain as he's down inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. You know, whistles and a stoppage here. Looks like one of the Eagles is in some discomfort out there. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Out of the gun, it's Burrow. The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete. A 3rd field goal in the first half, not what they're looking for as they come up on 3rd down. Now it's Burrow. And this time he's got the hookup. It's complete. And he has another 1st down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 12-yard line. That one good for 16 as the drive continues.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the 1st. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. They're passing here, Joe Burrow. And he's got his man in stride, complete. From the 6 now on 2nd and 3. Algier going straight ahead. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. It's a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up 1st and goal.
Well, that was a unit that understood exactly where the first down marker was, handed it to their guy who could run it, created some space, and he got there.
Now it's Burrow. Touchdown! Pat Freiermuth. A 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Cowboys have taken the lead.
I wonder if he changed anything on his play sheet or they just executed better. Because they had 2 previous drives that ended in field goals. Before this one, they finally were able to put into the end zone.
Well, whatever he did, speaking of the offensive coordinator, might be using that formula going forward. It worked there.
Yeah, it worked very well. He and his field general in pretty good sync right now. They're starting to move the ball well.
Elliott good with a PAT, and that'll make this a 6-point game.
Eagles 7.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. A short kick taken at the 18. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Philadelphia's offense ready to go again. As we eat closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. On 2nd down, here's Mitchell. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. Drops this underneath. It's Mitchell. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So on now is Johnny Hecker to punt this one away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Fair catch called. It's taken in right at the 20-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. First down. Here's Burrow. And he rifles one incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Here's Burrow. Olave holds it in. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. 12 yards that time for number 12 as they move the chains.
Well, they obviously red man covers their partner, and he got downfield, broke down the defender, made him
What do you mean by that?
Yeah, he made him think he was going to run a different route. Probably thought he was going to take it upfield. Then he curls back inside for the completion.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now, as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow. A throw left side, caught by the tight end Freiermuth. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line. Meanwhile, Burrow's throw finds its target, Dobbs. And they are into field goal range now as he's got the first down at the 26. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on them a little bit, I think. So they're looking at each other and trying to figure out what defense will work and how can they play better without getting beat deep for big passes.
Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. The kick by Elliott is good. And now it's a two-score game at 9, 16-7. So he's been a busy man here in this first half. That's 3 field goals for him now.
And not just 3 field goals, but 3 for 3. So even though the offense has struggled a bit putting it in the end zone, they've still been able to come away with points due to his leg.
Fields this way up at the 17. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. A final shot before break. Hill. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. And this one is incomplete. So we come upon halftime with 9 points separating these two teams. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, message received here. No need to wait. We're going to skip halftime and get right back to the action. Here comes the third quarter. All right, Coach, thanks very much. Fine work as always as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. So here are the Cowboys to take over. They're on a 3-game winning streak and right now looking good in this one as well. Throwing now, Burrow on first down. And this nearly an interception, but it's incomplete. Well, a turnover really would have helped him there, but not to be. To throw again on second down. Burrow. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Now Burrow. He's got a man. That's caught. Left sideline. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That goes for a gain of 31. I guess that answers the question of whether or not they're going to try to play conservative and protect this lead in the third quarter.
And I think this is something we're seeing more and more of in the NFL. Teams not playing to protect leads, teams playing to extend them.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Throwing again, it's Burrow. Got Dobbs over the middle. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33. Options galore here. 2nd and a few inches. On the give, it's Algier. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Give him 10 there. Good enough for a Cowboy first down. Seemed like a couple sets of eyes were on the quarterback, so he decided, hey, I'm going to hand this off. Got a good gain out of it.
And you know you need good blocking up front in order to gain yardage. But every one of these RPOs, if you do it right and they look the same, whether it's handed off inside or the quarterback keeps it, that allows you to fool the defense so often. And in this case, fooled them with the inside run.
They will throw on first down with Burrow. And this nearly an interception, but it's incomplete. Well, a turnover really would have helped him there, but not to be. To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Burrow. And it's knocked away and incomplete. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown. Romeo Dobbs, 23 yards for the touchdown. And the Cowboys take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical, as one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the third quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
And he's got it. So they try for 2, successful, and that bumps their lead up even further. So they're able to throw it in for the 2-point conversion, and sometimes that can be a risky play, but they got it.
Yeah, you always have to be careful here because if you do get it intercepted, it's returned by the defense, that's 2 points for them, but he identified an open target and put it right on him.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the inline. So here are the Eagles now as they get set for their first possession of the second half. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3.
Off of play action, Hill. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down and 3.
Hill on 3rd down. And that is incomplete. Here's Johnny Hacker now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. Now a fair catch called for and taken here, and that'll set up his guys in great field position. Here's the Dallas offense now heading back out onto the field.
And as the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime. If you're a good football team, you spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments, prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
And we'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments are enough defensively.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now back to throw.
That's complete to his tight end, Freiermuth. And he's going to get this down near the 25.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down.
Burrow. And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. They go play action with Burrow.
That's thrown underneath to Algier. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
As you know, so many things in the passing game are based on yardage. Sometimes it's just based on timing, and that's what we saw right there on that play. 3rd and 3, just get the ball right to the receiver.
Is the hitch route. Tell us, what is the hitch route?
Yeah, just take really one step, like you're driving off the line of scrimmage, get the defensive back on his heels, get the ball out to the receiver, and he does the rest.
Here we go. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
Burrow will throw.
Throwing out right here, caught by Olave. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line.
They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of, until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
To the air again, Burrow. Got a man, and he hits him in stride.
Yeah, the Cowboys are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5.
And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defense.
And he'll get in. Touchdown, Cowboys.
Tyler Algier with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year.
As his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead.
So another touchdown there, and even though we're still just here in the 3rd quarter, kind of hard now to see them giving up this lead.
And this is just an offense that's imposing its will right now. You name it, they're able to do it. If you're the play caller, whatever you want to select is there. You want to run it, you want to throw it, pick a play, any play. They're rocking and rolling right now.
Elliott now to add the extra point. And the lead is now 24. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told.
And it was Tyler Algier capping things off with a touchdown.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Eagles offense back out getting set for this next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
On 2nd and 9, Hill. Over the middle, the catch made by Mitchell. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
They'll try and pick it up with Mitchell.
And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for Hill. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. So line of scrimmage still at 39 on 2nd and 10. To throw is Hill. Flush to his right. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
First down, here's Mitchell.
And he'll be stopped at the 35, but not before he picks up 7 yards. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Now it's Hill.
And that one complete to his receiver, Palmer.
And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 23. Out of the gun, Hill.
And this is incomplete. Oh, he had 6 points right in his hands, but could not hang on.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Hill over the middle. And he loses the football a second time. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
All these years we've been watching the game, I start to get the sense that whenever it rains out, those guys who have to touch the ball and carry it, they're extremely resentful about that weather.
Yeah, I'm just happy I'm not resentful that we have a roof over our heads. I know that much.
Yeah, maybe we won't fumble our play sheets here as we just saw the fumble happen on the field.
Here we go, here we go.
Now Burrow on 1st down. That's taken in by Henderson. And he'll go down after losing yardage at the 10. But despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. 2nd down.
Now a handoff to Algier.
And not much there at all as he'll get this only up to about the 11.
We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a 1st down.
He's going to fire one deep left sideline. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Returnable here for Callaway. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40. 49-yard punt, 5 on the return. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. The Eagles coming out as they get ready.
Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover,
and he fires one that's intercepted.
And the Cowboys are going to take possession of the football. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception. They've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Now it's Burrow. He's got his tight end Freiermuth over the middle. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. Here's Freiermuth again. And this will not be enough. On 3rd and 5, he only gets 3. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And it'll be 4th down. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice and ambitious effort, but it's well short. And this will stay a 3-score game at 24. Well, they can probably live with that with this late lead in the 4th quarter. That's one of the few things that's gone wrong.
You're exactly right. This one was well in hand. That kick there was more for cosmetics, to add to their score. Not getting it, that shouldn't harm them at all.
Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And just looking ahead, it would appear that bye week is coming at the right time. They'll have 2 weeks to chew on this one, though probably not one that they want to chew on. A poor performance from start to finish. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
A gain of 10 yards. That's good for an Eagles.
On 1st down, Hill. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
It's now 2nd and 10.
Here's Hill. Open man is Higgins. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40. The Eagles on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Hill. Slant route going to be caught by Palmer. And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Desperation time on 4th for Hill. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. The Eagles unable to convert there on 4th. And the Cowboys defense is going to get them the football back.
No surprise. They try to throw the ball on 4th down, but it gets batted down. They don't pick it up.
Well, a little football 101. When you're going toward that quarterback, you see he's going to start to throw. Get your hands up, right?
Get your hands up, affect the play, and then everyone get your hands up. When the ball gets to the receiver, moment of truth, knock it away.
Starting the drive with Algier. And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line. The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Brings us 2nd and 5.
Here's Algier again on 2nd down. And he'll make it only to the 43, a gain of 2. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the 1st. Burrow on 3rd down. Got an open man. It's Olave. And he will have a Cowboys 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Still throwing the football here.
Came up in a different era, and we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 36. Handing it off, right side, Algier. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. So first down, and they'll stick with Algier.
And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line.
84 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on.
Good gain there on first down. It keeps him in a running situation, probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front, good blocking, nice hole for him, ends up picking up nice yardage, stays in bounds to keep the clock rolling. They are in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
Not in any rush offensively.
Now it's Burrow. Slant route, and he's got Freiermuth. Yeah, the Cowboys are going to have first and goal coming up as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 2.
Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving.
They'll run here with Algier.
And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. Here's Burrow. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys.
Romeo Doubs
with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year.
And the Cowboys are about to make it 4 straight as they add to this 4th quarter advantage. Well, Charles, just impressive in all 3 phases. Offense, defense, special teams have really done their job. And here the offense doing its part yet again with another score in the 4th quarter.
I know it seems like something we shouldn't do because the scoreboard does tell it all. But let's set it aside for a moment. This game was absolutely memorable with how they played it. Really terrific effort, really well executed. Congratulations to them.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
And not much on this one. Takes it from the 21. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
On 1st and 10, Hill.
Open man is Palmer. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line. On the draw, here's Mitchell.
And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line.
Holding offense.
All right, so they got that one, Charles, against the center.
And let's remember how difficult it is for the center, because remember, he's got to snap the ball to put the play in motion, and sometimes you got that big guy on your nose. You got sometimes where he's coming at you at an angle. It's a difficult job for him to snap the ball and then execute his block.
Hill on 3rd down. And that is incomplete.
Hill's pass intended for Elijah Mitchell. Incomplete. Results the 4th down.
So here we go on 4th. Hill.
He's got his man. It's Kendrick Bourne. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive.
From the gun, here's Hill.
And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. Robert Quinn, his second sack of the night.
Oh, man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching hour. That's when everything goes haywire late at night.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Another try after the first down sack. Hill. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long.
Well, collectively as a defense, Charles, I think if you get 4 sacks a game, you're feeling really good. Now they have 6 as a unit.
And that type of a number is just staggering because there's so many ways to try and counteract it. But in this case, they've got no answers for this unrelenting pressure coming at their quarterback.
9th play of the drive now on 3rd and a country mile. Back to throw. Hill. Throw left side to Higgins.
And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
They get 12 yards back, but it still leads to a 4th and long. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. They come up on a 4th down situation with things not looking particularly rosy. Gonzalez's kick is good. And now they'll just need 4 touchdowns as the deficit is now 28.
So they hadn't called on him at all until this point, but he comes through here and buries one from long range.
Yeah, that's awfully impressive because usually kickers like to get that first one out of their system in the first quarter, sort of get them into the flow of the game, but to come in this late and knock it down from long distance, give him a lot of credit.
The Cowboys about set to take over on offense. And it would seem as if their 3-game winning streak is about to go to 4, but still a little work to do as they start 1st and 10. First down, and they'll start with Algier.
And they're able to get this one across the 35.
98 yards rushing now as he's done it on 22 carries. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. They lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
Pretty good results here on the first down run as he takes this forward for about 6.
He's brought down at the 42-yard line. It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
They'll stick with Algier.
And he'll push his way up to about the 44 here.
The tackle made at the 44-yard line. It's a gain of 2 yards. And it's 3rd down.
Well, this was a really nice display, Charles, of complimentary football, especially how much they were humming in the second half to pull away and get the victory. Really a complete performance.
And so much fun when you're able to have everyone contribute, both sides of the ball. You go back in the locker room and you just savor it, right? Because that's what football's all about. A true team game, and they got it done in this one.
So for the Cowboys, their good start continues as they get their record up to 4-2. And they'll return home next week to take on the Detroit Lions. Meanwhile, for the Eagles, the loss here will move them back to 500 at 3-3. And now they'll head to the bye week as they'll be back in action in Week 8.